Listen, man. We got the Deepwoken Verse 3 Direct. My bad for the long startup. I had to take a shit. Alright, what's good, Jazz? I'm back.
What's good?
We are live, bro. 5 minutes until this shit starts. This is about to be 5.
Bro, your stream just started playing the fucking introduction, bro.
Did you write a question for Deepwoken, like the question shit?
I did, yeah.
What was your question?
I was asking if they're gonna add more exploration-based exploration-based, like item.
Oh, I know what you mean.
That was the most fun thing for me, like going across islands and shit.
Yeah, low-key. I asked if we're gonna see more like mountain-based like islands and shit.
That'd be tough too.
Bro, you know what I want to see? It's like, bro, weapons that you can like find like across the map. Like, bro, you know how in Rogue Lineage, Solin's sword is like sealed in this like that church shit. You gotta like go find it, bro. It'd be cool as fuck if you could like find like a weapon like locked in Aerotel or some shit. That'd be cool as fuck.
Aga, bro, look at the chat. They're saying Aga dick review.
Aga what?
In the Deepwoken Direct chat.
Aga dick review? Alright, that's crazy, bro. Why are people dead ass spamming that?
Guys speaking Russian.
That's crazy, bro.
Buff Buster Call and add food to Fort Merritt, please, and remove this trash Fortnite animation.
There's some dude dead ass speaking Russian. That's crazy. I wonder what that shit says. Add luck back? Hell no. Hell no. Oh my god. Fuck no. Do not add luck back. I remember luck being a thing. I was playing when luck was still a thing. Bro, if you didn't get luck like out of crowd, bro, your build was it was buns, bro. It was trash. You were cooked.
670s.
Yo, you know that that video I posted on TikTok?
Oh yeah.
Someone said I genuinely quit if someone made a fraud watch video like this on me.
I would too, bro. I'm not gonna lie. That video was that ass so peak, bro.
Someone said this not tough, bro. What? I'm gonna dislike his comment. Cause fuck him. Y'all.
You think they're gonna reveal anything like early about verse 3? Like,
I mean, I hope they do. I think they do it every time they do a direct. I mean, the verse 2 combat direct. Nah, think about it, bro. The first ever Deepwoken direct, they showed off missions and they showed off new islands, right? Verse 2 combat direct, they showed off, what's it called? Miners landing and uppercuts and shit like that. What the hell?
Just to leave.
Who the fuck was that?
Might have been Ben. I saw the joint.
Oh shit. And then we got what else? Verse 2 direct, they dropped fucking they showed Meteor Isle. They showed a bunch of shit, bro. They showed off Star Kindred. It was cool as fuck.
Loki, I'm just hoping they show fucking like Ceramid being almost done, bro.
Bro, it'd be kind of cool if they showed Sarah Mead, bro. I can't. Or like maybe the direct takes place in verse 3 or like layer 3. That'd be cool as fuck.
That'd be cool. That'd be cool.
Well, we're about to see, bro. It's about to like happen in like 5 seconds. Soon.
There's usually like a 5-minute countdown after the stream starts. Or maybe they won't do that.
Buff Frostra. Add weekend luck back.
Actually, 2x
Oh hell no. No, hell no. Clip this. This guy said add feet. Gothrin Sidharth said add feet. This guy is a freak. He's a freak.
Add feet to Deepwoken.
Add feet to Deepwoken.
Why are people spamming add luck back?
Add the August Blood Oath. Add 6-7
You know
blasters.
In this direct, there's gonna be the chef oath being leaked. I'm not gonna lie.
Oh fuck the chef oath, bro.
That's the type of shit they do.
I feel like they get all hype and shit, and then they're just like, all right, here's a piece of grass that's gonna be in layer 3. Enjoy. Well, we'll see, man. We'll see. Ooh, it's 2 p.m., yo. Late. Delete Voidwalker. Ooh, Rog. Buff Lightning Impacts. Nerf Aga. Where's the Domain Bell at? There's almost 5,000 people watching this, bro.
People are hyped.
Notice how Agamatsu's tip is in the... Bro, he's begging for money. This is the point of a subathon. We're supposed to sub to Agamatsu so they keep doing the direct.
Deepwoken devs in the chat said delay woken.
Delay... Wait, did one of them actually say that?
Yeah, the actual channel.
Delay... The actual channel said that shit, bro. Delay woken. Later 3, bro. That's crazy.
Later. Pirate origin? That kind of be tough, actually.
Wait, that would be tough. Like a bandit origin, bro.
Bro, why are Ukrainians and Russians competing in the chat?
Right, bro? I don't fucking care about the war going on, bro. I care about Deepwoken, bro. Come on, get that shit out of here. I care about Deepwoken.
Not for real. Got Iron saying I agree with that.
Let's see. Layer 3, please. Hey, Bobby. I don't know who the fuck Bobby is, but fuck. Bobby's here, apparently.
Bobby's, like...
No, okay, this Ace guy, deadass needs to shut the hell up, bro. They're not adding luck back. Luck was such a shit mechanic, bro. I actually hated that shit so much. Playing in verse 1.
Bro, I'm not gonna lie, I would probably hate playing with Luck, too.
Luck was just so...
Bro,
it was, like,
EA,
weird.
Unknown EA just wants to play the game, like... and fuck over anybody that doesn't know how luck works, bro.
Luck would be kind of cool in Valve Iron. It would make it like hard, like they want it to be.
Valve Iron, they could add a lot of things back from verse 1, I'm guessing.
Yeah, they could add a lot of shit.
Delay woken, hashtag vault on top.
My Wi-Fi, late woken, buff, Grand bro. Sudaruska does not need a buff.
He got nerfed for a reason.
Exactly, it does not need a
Agamatsu,
buff.
we know you looking, gang.
There's 5,000 people watching right now, bro. This is crazy.
Incredible Gassios, bro.
Ban that guy. Ban him. Fucking ban that guy, bro.
Yo, imagine you just slander like someone in Deepwoken, they find your face and make you Incredible Gassy.
Oh, bro. I'd wrap it up from there, bro. I'd get so sad. Yo, Agamatsu, we know you see this shit any day now. Add it easy mode? Nah, bro.
Easy mode?
That soft Etris Liber would not last 5 seconds in verse 1.
Bro, I'm not gonna lie.
Someone said Rogue Lineage 2 is confirmed.
If they do confirm Rogue Lineage 2, that'd be kind of funny.
First Conquest. Wait, what did I say? First Conquest delay, now this? Okay, bro. It has been 3 minutes. Calm down.
They're impatient, dude.
Yeah, right? Me when Deepwoken doesn't drop the update 5 weeks in advance. Oh, this fucking Deepwoken game sucks. Fishing Oath?
Fishing. They should add bomb talents. I'm not gonna lie. Bomb needs more love.
True. I haven't seen a bomb build since like Agamatsu's one in like 2023. Can't even lie, bro. These guys are just lofting, bro. They're probably going into layer 3 right now to take the shit off, bro. Any day now.
They're probably getting some like random animator to cutscene, like make a cool
Yeah,
cutscene.
like I make a cool ass cutscene, bro. That honestly, I'd be down for that. I would wait a little extra longer for that cool ass intro.
How come Matsu did that for his verse 3 stream? Oh, I wouldn't be surprised if they try and do it too. Add Indians to Deepwoken.
All right.
Rogue Lineage 3 win. Rogue Lineage 2 isn't even out.
I'm on zone saying no one can complain. Little bit sure know that, babe. Sure. Someone said kiss Ragusa on the lips. Alright. Are we kissing Ragusa on the lips, guys? Are we really about to do that?
He did save Deepwoken.
He did, in fact, drop the roadmap. It would not be crazy to kiss Ragusa. I would kiss Ragusa if he allowed me. You know what I'm saying? Okay, Deepwoken, that's... I'm trying to get impatient, bro. I'm like hunched over, bro. Like I'm like ready to see this shit. There's 5,200 people waiting.
They're just trying to get his maximum height, bro.
Yeah, right. They want every Deepwoken player to see this. Hold on, I want to check Deepwoken's player count real quick. Hold up. Let me make like a new window real quick. I just want to see.
It's at 18K.
18K. I thought it would go down unless people are like watching him playing at the same time.
18K is really impressive.
Exactly. From one.
Especially since it was going at 3K average like in the day.
Yeah, bro. It's crazy. You know what I hate is how right Agamatsu was, bro. He was like, it doesn't matter if we lose 2,000 to 3,000 players, bro. We're gonna get them back. And then he dead ass got them back, bro.
He wasn't wrong.
Yeah, right. He was very right about that, bro.
Bro, if it passes the 7-minute mark without this shit, I bet Deep General's going crazy right now.
Oh yeah, hold on. Let's check Deepwoken General real quick. We just got scammed. Published the thing already. I need to work.
Delay Woken is back, brother. Aga hasn't said anything.
Can we fix this delay? How do they delay the stream, bro? Add Bulgarian origin? Deepwoken, we're waiting. We're waiting on you. Any day now.
Lock in Aga and Ragusa. I hope they showcase what life weave, bro. Cause
life weave would be pretty cool.
They added talents about life. They added fucking a lot of shit about life, bro. If they don't add life weave, like the Hive got a remodel, bro. This would be the perfect time to add it.
This is true.
Holotide.
I'm actually gonna hold on. I'm gonna try and depict like let's try and like see what we think. Cause like look at the photo real quick. Like I'm dead ass not sure what we're looking at.
I mean it kinda looks like you'd be in Ceramid or you're in Verse like,
this looks this is either Ceramid or Layer 3, but I'm dead ass not sure what like it's just like a soldier or some shit, like wearing armor.
Devs are in a gank right now, that's why they can't start it.
Hold up, guys. Pause the Deepwoken Direct. I'm in a gank. They're losing with their dev specs right now. Hold on, let me just use my unreleased life weave and he just fucking beams everyone. New Layer 3 belt? This is true. This is true.
True.
I'm like not sure what I'm looking at in this photo, bro. This looks like a little helmet up here. This looks like pauldrons.
It looks like oh wait, starting soon.
Starting soon? What is it?
Yeah.
Yo, this hey! We got an update. Notice how it's Agamatsu? I'm starting to notice something. Well, let me full screen this shit so I don't see chat.
That's gonna be like ruining it.
Yeah, chat's just gonna say some stupid shit, bro.
This Squibbo, I'm not gonna lie, this sounds kind of fire.
This has to be some like layer 3 beat, bro.
Oh, true.
Or like the new Ceremony beat. Oh, hold up. What the fuck is this beat? Hold up. Yo.
What up? Let it go.
Nagatos is always, or I don't even know how to say that guy's name.
Honest.
Nataganis, bro. That guy's always popping off, yo, with these beats.
Oh God, bro. I'm not gonna lie. I'm thinking this is probably it could be Holotide music.
Holotide music, combat music, yo. It's like fast paced and shit. I wonder what they're gonna do for Holotide, because last year we got Blood Rin, 2023.
Listen, you can kind of hear the Gadeshu March in the back.
Oh, you can. It's like a remix. Oh, I just heard them say "Oorah," bro. This is kind of fire.
Yeah, this is tough.
I low-key fuck with this like starting screen, bro. It's like just Squibbo and Argamatsu just chilling, eating some food.
And then it's gonna cut open to Argamatsu in a suit.
Yeah, and it's just Argamatsu in like an upgraded Arc Warder suit, bro. And it's like, hey guys, welcome to Layer 3. Today we're gonna be going over the direct, and yeah, let's just go over some stuff.
This for a trash game, by the way. Then is just coping. He's not good at it.
Yeah, I know. I guarantee you, 500 elo, bro. See, Argamatsu says it's starting soon, but
And you get Fire Palm Insta Guard Break? Yeah, no.
instant guard break fire palm, bro. That sounds busted as hell.
Oh God.
You just in a gank and someone hits you with that shit.
Shit would piss me off, I'm not gonna lie. Alright, it's been 10 minutes after the start time, bro.
Yeah, they gotta get on that, bro.
Put this cool loading screen on so we would like be happy for a couple minutes.
Bro, they're losing viewers, bro. Just started. There's like not even 5,000 people watching anymore.
Yeah, it's like 4,600 now.
They gotta start this shit, bro. Take it too long.
Wait, another dev statement?
They're trying to war farm, bro.
Mar Hospital. Oh, never mind. That's just someone to tell them shit they start.
Any day now, Argamatsu. I'm trying to see this shit, yo.
For our first announcements, attunements will be removed from the game.
Alright, I fuck with that change. Big
Yo,
evil ministry update will save Deepwoken. We are not hearing him.
Who is asking in chat for goth mommies to save them, bro? Agamatsu, send me a photo of you in a puppy filter, please. I need it.
Starting soon, Woken. I fuck with that.
That's tough.
Make Evan Spear great again. Add Etris origin? This is true. When are we getting the Etris origin? I'm just wondering.
Castaway?
No. That's Castaway. When are we getting the Etrian Soldier origin,
That'd be
boy?
tough. And then you and Authority, and then they can put it into another world event where you guys have to pick your sides in the fucking Etris conflict and you fight like.
That'd be so tough. Like imagine like you're a lead, like you pick the leader division in Authority Origin and you're able to like hold raids out on Etris. And if you're the Etris like Soldier Origin, you have to like defend your homeland, bro. You become like a Royal Etrian Guard.
That'd be so tough. That'd be so tough, bro. What's good, Ben?
Yo, what's good, Ben?
What's good?
Yo, I'm on live, bro. Be careful.
Nice.
Tread carefully.
Okay.
It's about to start apparently.
The Deepwoken Direct?
Yeah, verse 3.
Okay.
But the OST, Noctagonus is typing in chat saying no. Did people can say something?
Nah, Deepwoken hasn't said anything in the announcements. Someone said Aga dick reveal. 5 minutes without Deepwoken, I think I'm starting to lose my mind. My body aches, my limbs are trembling, I feel my bones breaking, I'm in straight panic attack. Because I have to go see the scary outside world in tall green grass, I feel my organs degenerate. I'm losing power. Please, Scripts and Strays, put your game back up. I'm dying in endless eternal pain. I don't think I'm gonna make it.
Whoa. Look in the Deepwoken Direct bio, like the description, bro.
The description?
Yeah.
Oh, what'd they say? Oh shit. Wait, fuck. Bro went back and clicked on Roblox. What the fuck is this, bro? Get this shit off my screen. Deepwoken Direct. Fucking ass cheeks, yo. The punch, bro. The real Punchy stealing all my views, bro.
Not for real.
Can I click on
Bro,
more? What does it say?
Why does Agamatsu have a tip Streamlabs in the
Yeah, right?
video?
Yo, this is crazy, bro. Deepwoken gained 2,000 subscribers in one stream. Why can't I do that, guys? Fuck. I gotta get on that, yo.
Bro, Punchy stole all your viewers, bro. I'm not gonna lie.
It's okay, bro. I told him he can do it. He DM'd me. He was like, yeah, bro. I ain't gonna lie. I'm gonna start streaming, bro. I dead ass I'm about to start streaming. I'm like, yeah, nah, you good, bro. You can take all my views today, bro. But hey, let me get tomorrow though. And he was like, all right, bet, yeah, I got you, bro. He said that.
The music getting louder. Maybe it's about to start.
I hope so, yo. Loud ass Diet Pepsi can, bro. I think my whole stream heard that shit.
Delay Woken. They added a Friday update, so this is where all the delay went.
This is true.
Okay,
To be fair,
it's been
the
like
update was
15
funny,
minutes, bro.
What was this one day?
Oh wait, bro. The leaves stopped blowing on my screen. I was like, oh wait, oh no.
You accidentally paused the stream.
We're getting it soon, bro. Just trust.
People could be players be like hyped up for crumbs, bro.
Anything.
Deepwoken when they get an ounce of water for their update.
It's
I
almost
can't even
like-
lie, bro. You could honestly, bro. I'm not gonna lie. Oh wait, bro. It buffered one time. We were like, wait. Oh,
Buffered. I know it. Oh my god, it's about to start.
bro. Fucking.
Bro.
I can't even lie. Deepwoken player. If Deepwoken had an update where Agamatsu or whoever did it just said, yeah, there's a new piece of shit, or like something like someone's like, oh wait, I hear something. Wait, I hear like fighting.
I hear something. I hear fighting in the background.
Wait,
And it's buffering.
it's buffering. They're gonna start it soon.
Oh
They're gonna start it soon. We finna get this shit, yo. But anyways, as I was saying, bro, if Agamatsu like wrote in updates, I took a shit in the sea and released that for contents and systems, some player, I guarantee you there's someone out there who would be like, hold on, there has to be a deeper meaning. This has to mean the depths is rising. This has to mean something.
True. Anything for the lore, bro. I could get it ganked.
Agamatsu got ganked midstream, bro. Fuck. He got ganked in layer 3.
We're gonna see Raguzer and Agamatsu just fighting on stream.
I would like to see that. I would pay money
They
to
just
see.
rework the entire PvP system again.
It,
Please no. I'm
please,
finally used to
please,
it.
God, no. I mean, it doesn't say combat direct, so I don't think they'll do anything crazy like that. Cause in verse 2, they low-key needed a new combat thing, bro. It was so. Cause in verse 1, it was just straight parry trades, bro.
I'm guessing it's just gonna be answering questions and showing some sneak peeks.
Alright, babe. They better like show some shit. I can't even lie.
I heard someone join VC. It was
Yeah, I checked RVC. I was like, did someone join?
Yo,
yeah,
what
everybody
is
said
Big
this.
Shot?
Oh!
Oh, it's
Starting
Auger.
right
It's
now,
Auger.
man. Welcome to the Deepwoken verse 3 direct.
Why is he flying?
Oh, he has fly hacks.
It's me, Raguzer.
He's either fly from that one time the fucking.
Let me turn down the music real quick.
Finally,
Good
yo.
to see everybody here today.
17-minute delay.
0 people watching Agamatsu. What a shame.
Say hi to the rest of the squad.
What the fuck? Oh,
Yo,
that's
what's good, Ryan?
Etherfly. What's good?
Is that rag in the back?
Yo, he's on a lore
I
kick
was
down,
like, how
pretty
you
sure.
flying?
This is Etherfly, bro.
Is this Conquest?
Nah, this is for merit. This is for merit.
Oh, okay.
Yo, Rag is low-key ore farming, bro. He has wings and shit.
Dude,
Oh, yeah.
just
like
flying
that.
around, bro. He don't even got a name on the
I
user.
bet. Well, let's get started on
I keep
this,
hearing Discord sounds. I
we
think
got a list
someone's
of
running
stuff,
on.
chat. We're gonna be looking
Nah, I think it's
based
Agamatsu's
on the
VC.
feedback you gave us in Google form, so we'll look through that. But before we do that, we have a couple things we're gonna want to discuss first. So, let's start, Rag.
Yeah. All right.
Who was in
So,
chat saying win versus
I
four?
mean, the whole point of the direct, right, was just.
Are we serious?
I mean, calling it a direct's pretty wild because you know the previous ones we've like had stuff like specifically to show. I think this one's just gonna be more like communicating with everybody on kind of where we're going with everything. You know what I mean? So.
There's an insane
First
echo,
off,
bro.
it's like the update schedule, or like kind of how I want everything scheduled out. So we went ahead and dropped the Authority Origin, which was the first thing on our roadmap. So now we're working towards Holotide, and I kind of want Holotide to be a bit of a bigger update this year. So it's going to be your normal Holotide stuff, and I'd say at least like 2 of the other things on the bottom of the roadmap. So
Ooh.
definitely want to get Iron Vow out by Holotide, and
What's up?
then
He said he's dropping
I-
Iron Vow
either
before
I
with
think
Haltide.
Divergences or
Oh,
Ceramute
it's up.
Hollow.
I
We'll
had to
have see
stop
what
my
we have
stream because it was
most of the
echoing into my
time
actual
for,
mic, bro. So I
but
have to listen through the ears.
I'd say those are like the 3 kind of next upcoming things on the roadmap, along with Holotide, of course.
Yeah, and for Holotide, you know, you just expect like the usual Holotide stuff, right? People want like the weapons, new weapons and stuff. And,
Yeah, exactly.
Right. I guess we can move on to the general direction of what we're trying to do, trying to move towards.
Yeah, so for the past year or 2, Deep's kind of been focused on like fleshing out like all the like, you know, mantra content, weapon content, like just putting all these toys out for people to play with, essentially, you know, like just different tools. And in that time, like there's been a lot of great stuff that's come out, but there hasn't been a lot of new ways to like play with the content, you know what I mean? So it's like it's been just like, you know, weekly there'd be a new legendary weapon or a new mantra and something like that, and we still want to do the weeklies, but I want these bigger updates to like kind of be a different way to like play with the tools in the game, and also a big focus on like lore expansion and immersive content like that. I mean, that's why the first update was the Authority Origin, and you know we spent a lot of time like writing the NPCs. Nocti and Percy were huge for that, and just like, you know, like getting it to a place where it's like, oh, I actually like feel like I'm a member of the Authority, and you know, players who like play it get to like meet all these new NPCs or new characters and like learn more about the world. Just makes it feel more lived in.
Yeah, I think a lot of people really appreciated the amount of work that went into also like, you know, just like the dialogue and, you know, stuff that people say that usually doesn't matter, I think actually made a much bigger difference because there was so much time put into it. So
100%.
Yeah.
Yeah, I think that's the thing. It's like, if we show a lot of love and care in the NPCs and like the world building and stuff, people will also care. It's when it's like, I guess, less. If there's not a lot to get invested in terms of like an NPC, then it's like players won't be invested. So it's like, you know, I think players definitely appreciated the level of care that was shown on these ones. It helped them feel more part of the world.
Besides that, I guess we got the Q&A section after, right?
Yeah. Oh, I did want to go over one thing, because I noticed people commenting on it, and it kind of probably seemed out of nowhere, like the new movement animations, like the new sprint, the new slide jump, all those things. So this will kind of answer some questions people had about like where I've been and stuff, but I've just been working on other projects other than Deep for a little while, and I've gotten really used to like more modern looking animations and movement, and it kind of made me realize coming back to Deep, it's like, okay, Deep needs to be modernized in some areas, because like, you know, we started working on this game in 2019, so I felt like it was due for a refresh on some of the like older animations and stuff. I want them to maintain a similar feel, so it's not too jarring, but like a big thing here, I'll drop to the ground for it. A big thing, I know some people like think the slide jump looks a little goofy maybe, but it's like, you know, we can always tone that down and stuff. But, you know, normal jump doesn't give you that animation, and the whole point is like I wanted people to feel more immersed when they're moving around the game, so it's like, oh, I have momentum when I'm sliding, so it's like, oh, it makes sense that my character would react differently. So my main focus with like getting the animations changed and stuff is just to like make players feel more like grounded in the world, like their character is actually like in this space and not just kind of detached from the world. I think that's kind of also the main focus and driver on some of these updates, is just to like make players and their characters feel like they're part of a world and not just, you know, not how do I put this? I don't want players to feel like just completely detached from it. Like, you know, there's the world and then there's players. It shouldn't be like that. It should be like you are like a person experiencing this world as your character. I mean, that's what a good RPG would be. But yeah, we can move on to the Q&A. I just wanted to expand on,
Yeah, the anims.
you know, yeah, the anims and, you know, just like kind of our general like design philosophy right now. Anything we can do to really make the player feel more immersed, we'll tend to lean in that direction if we can.
All right, well, where do you want to get started on the Q&A?
Okay. Well, I kind of already do, here, let me pull up the stream real quick. Does the stream have a, like, the list we're looking at or no?
They don't.
Oh, okay. Well, I guess we'll just start from the top then.
Yeah.
Just making sure you got the same list that I did. So the first one was like, where have I been recently? And yeah, I kind of expanded on that, where I was just working on other projects and stuff. I think the last time I was working on Deep was with like Conquest and stuff. And I didn't really feel it's what Deep needed, and also I felt like it was really hard to get fun. We were trying to like, I'm all for game modes. Like Battle Royale, I think is a fantastic game mode. You know, it's like a different way to like play with the stuff that already exists. I think it's cool, but yeah, trying to do a MOBA just wasn't really working how we wanted it to. Like I never felt like it was very fun. So that's kind of why it never came out, and I would say that like update overall is not coming. I mean, there might be there are some interesting systems in the Conquest system that I would still like to use elsewhere, because I do think there are some good ideas there, but I think trying to like force in the MOBA aspect wasn't really conducive to like a fun time in Deep.
Yeah,
especially
also,
with like the combat.
I was gonna say that overall, I think even the general player base wasn't very excited for Conquest.
Yeah.
As well, right? And so I think you saw more support for like this recent Authority Origin update we just dropped in like all of Conquest.
Oh, 100%. Yeah, and that kind of ties into the design philosophy, where I think for a long time I was playing a lot of competitive games, and it was really like influencing like what I was wanting to make. I was wanting to make like competitive style, like either game modes or games or things of that nature. And I've recently just like really been on a kick of like a lot of single player games, and realizing it's like, oh, like what I love about game design is like the immersive qualities of like these games, and just like I think that has a more tangible impact on my like how much I'm enjoying the games versus like a competitive grind, where it's like I know a lot of people love competitive games, and I do too, but I also kind of realize that after a certain point, especially if you're playing a game with any kind of like rank system, at some point you stop playing for the enjoyment and you're only playing for the rank. And when I caught myself doing that with Tekken 8, I realized it's like, this isn't like sustainable fun. This is just kind of like grinding out of addiction, not because I'm really enjoying the process anymore.
Also, let's see, what else we got here? Also, Deep Dev chat. We're gonna hop in that new server. Even Sec chat, we're gonna hop in a server with other devs as well. Speaking of though, that next question there, up to Fino if he wants to answer this, but it reads: the Hive Origin and Life Weaver are two highly anticipated content updates. Are there still plans to release them, and if so, when?
One sec, I'm typing in this code. Oh wait, that was for Fino. Go ahead.
Yep. Yeah. With Rag here and his legendary rally skill, it's gonna be not too difficult. So definitely not too long. Is what I'll say.
I appreciate that, Fina.
And then on to the next question. We look. Team has been a lot more transparent about updates recently. What's changed? Will you continue to update me about your future plans?
Okay. Yeah. So, I think the biggest difference now versus like before in terms of like communicating is, I think before there wasn't really a concrete plan on what the team was doing. Like, there wasn't a roadmap because like there wasn't any. Well, I mean, there were talks of like big updates in the works, but there was no like concrete goal of like everything that we wanted to get done. And you know, it was kind of just like, oh, there's a Ceramide being worked on, and the PvP Lumina is just like players knew these individual updates existed, but not so much like where they fit into the grander scope of things or like
How
the
the
general
fuck is that guy
timeline of
tweaking out?
updates. So it's like when I came back, I was just like, a big deal to me was to have like
Mindful servant? What's wrong with
kind
him?
of a core idea of what we wanted to accomplish, and from there, like listing out updates that we really felt like would work towards that goal. And it kind of just made it easy to lay out into a roadmap and easier to communicate overall. I think when the team's all focused on the same thing, it's easy for us to also be like open with the community on what we want to do. I do like keeping secrets to.
Hold up, what is that shit
a
on the
small degree.
right?
I don't like
Challenge
spoiling
Glads?
too much, but I don't
What
think
is
it
that?
has to be something where we don't speak to the
Challenge
community at all. Like we
What the fuck is that?
definitely should
Challenge
be communicating
Glads.
our
Is
plans
that like a
because
new
it gets
world
people
event?
excited and it gets people invested, and like we like when people are excited because it makes us more excited. So it just makes sense to
Don't
like,
worry,
communicate
Ragusa, we're
the
excited.
game plan and what we want to do.
We're all excited.
On to the next question then. We don't have to do this one. Alright, will Verse 3 feature a major rework of the combat system like Verse 2 did? If so, what would that entail?
So I've been thinking about the combat a lot.
Please, no. Ragusa, don't do it.
I wouldn't say there's going to be a major rework. I do think I
was a
haven't
close one.
been in competitive
Will
for a
Chime
while,
Rewards or Chime
but
quests ever come out to make it more
like
than
I
just
played
about
Chime,
LA?
I think like a year and a half ago or something, and I played it a lot, and overall kind of enjoyed my time outside of like some unbalanced like metas and stuff. But things that I'd change about the combat, I mean, I think most people can agree that basic feints are borderline useless. I mean, mantra feints are obviously incredible.
Feints are like you have to
Yeah,
play them.
that is how you feint. That is how
exactly.
you feint in this game. You're not feinting your M1s.
You don't.
So it kind of nullifies base combat if base feinting is pretty weak. So the most I'd be willing to, well, not willing to change, but it's something I've been thinking about for a while because I did this in another game, was charging your attack. So it's like the timing at which a basic attack can come out can be variable. And obviously you can still react to the swing, but it's like you can kind of mind game the opponent more, I think, when you're able to like delay your attacks, or like, you're still threatening an attack, and like kind of taking that space. But when you're able to charge it, it's like you can swing instantly like you always did, or you can, charge it up and release it at a different time, or charge it to max and maybe has different effects. That's kind of what I've been thinking in terms of like any changes I'd make to core combat, because
Why the fuck is Omni Man there? Nolan
It's
Grayson?
either going to be insanely strong or it's going to be very bad. I think it's kind of a hard balance to strike.
Brotherhood on top
And I feel
BTW,
that
shout to
charging
Big D's
your
art.
light attacks is ultimately going to be like a healthier way of implementing quote-unquote feints to your base combat. Not that feints need to be removed or something. It's just that I think they're kind of underwhelming, and they don't really provide much incentive to be used. But I don't foresee a rework in terms of like, we added like bursts and the reservoir change. I might change my mind on this later. I kind of want to just start sparring more and like getting more in touch with the combat, but I also think the combat needs to lend itself to being more interesting in PvE as well. I think we can't over focus on just making it like competitive. Like ultimately the combat needs to be fun when you're fighting NPCs as well. It needs to be fun first at all times. That's kind of my mind on combat right now. That was a little rambly. That was a little all over the place, I'll be honest. But that's because there's no concrete plans, I'd say, for it right now.
Yeah, it would definitely be nice to also, I think, in general, we've been with the Verse 2 combat system for so long, right? Verse 1 to Verse 2 was like a massive change. And
Yep.
well, I don't think we always need to just be like changing stuff for the sake of changing it. I think it would just be kind of nice to see some things change up. I think some people
Yeah.
more
Especially if they're
engaged
improvements.
Yeah, exactly.
Improvements to be made to it. I mean, because the verse 1 change, the verse 1 to 2 change, was because we felt like the original reservoir system was pretty bad. You know, it didn't really do what we wanted it to, so we tried a different system. And, you know, that's what we'll tend to do if we think a concept is kind of flat or hasn't worked out. It's fine to remove it and rework it, or add something new if you think it needs to be.
Well, with that being said, we can move on to the next question here. What's the idea behind Iron Bow? How will it work? What impact do you think it'll have on the game?
Iron Bow. Okay, so I'm really excited for Iron Bow, and 1 second.
/@ kill all.
So I'm really excited for Iron Bow.
Shit.
I know a lot of the community isn't really sure what it entails aside from quote-unquote hardcore Deepwoken, but you know earlier how I was saying like I want to add systems that like change how you play with existing content. Aga?
Say that one more time. Sorry, I was changing the setting.
No, you're good. You know, earlier I was saying I want to like work on updates or systems that change how you play with existing content.
Right. Yeah. Stuff we already have.
Yeah, that's kind of the main focus with Iron Vow is like trying to. Obviously, it's going to be like a little more hardcore of an experience, like RuneScape Iron Man's, where it's like you can't trade with people. You, like, it's kind of like Vow of Thorns, where it's like one life sends you to the depths. Those kinds of things. So there are other more hardcore elements. And then maybe like some inspirations from Terraria where there's like unique bosses in hardcore mode only, which we want to do. But I also really want to fundamentally change like the core of like how builds are made in that mode. So like an Iron Vow character feels very different from a base game character. Like I want players to play it for different reasons. You know, it's like they enjoy the loop of Iron Vow more or less if they don't enjoy it. But I do want it to be like ultimately a different experience, and I don't want to spoil it too hard, which is why I'm being a little cryptic in my explanation here. Because I think the system I got cooking for Iron Vow is pretty cool, and I think
they're gonna change how build making's made, bro.
I think a big, I wouldn't even say a quote-unquote big problem, it's just more so like a product of its systems with Deep's build making and progression, is that it's very difficult for us to add gimmicks to builds, where it's like, oh, this build has a very obvious downside, but a very strong upside. The way builds get made in Deep is that often, if a build were to have weaknesses, it can be offset by the player through whether it be like Shrine of Order or different equipment. Like there's almost always a way to like alleviate the downsides to your build. There's no like, oh, this build is like super strong up close, but it can't hit you at range. You know, there's no trade-off. So that's
Flame
something I'm really
Ballista?
focused on
Damn.
with
That shit look
the
cool.
Iron Bow progression.
Yo, what's
is
up,
like
More flare,
Moran?
making it so there can be gimmicks and there can be like major ups and downsides, because I think that ultimately lends itself to like more fun like gameplay and combat when it's like, oh, I know my build has these weaknesses, but I'm really good in another area. So I'm either like really strong, like high damage, but I have low HP, you know, like a glass cannon, or I'm really tanky and I can like support my team, but I can't really DPS somebody out super fast, like a tank, you know, those kinds of things. I'd say that's the main thing I'm excited about for Iron Bow, is going to be like the variety in actual characters.
Yeah, I think to a certain degree, there's been like several times a lot of people have said like, "Oh, dude, like Deepwoken builds, they all feel the same, right?" Like,
Yeah.
I think there are like very distinguishable builds in Deepwoken, but even amongst like those builds themselves, it's like, okay, like a trap.
What the hell is that guy doing?
There's
This
only
thing
like
is not
so
growing
many
enough.
different.
That shit was kind of cool. That shit looked like Blade Master.
Dry support. But for the most part, even those builds kind of played the same, and so I think adding like a few more archetypes and trying to add a more diverse gameplay will lead to more fun experience.
Yeah, I'm excited for people to try it out too, because ultimately, you know, Iron Bow is going to be a thing where it's like, you make an Iron Bow character or you change a slot to be an Iron Bow character, and it's like you're only playing with other Iron Bow players. So it's like you're all playing by the same rule set essentially. So you're not going to be at a disadvantage in terms of like, you're an Iron Bow character fighting like a god tier base game build or something like that.
In the stream, bro.
Yeah, deadass. These guys are just trolling,
Not to
bro.
say it's going to be perfectly balanced.
He's right behind me, isn't he?
There's bound to be issues in balance somewhere, but hopefully it's a more diverse.
There's gotta be a song about this.
More diverse gameplay experience.
Yeah, and hopefully just.
Why the hell he got
I don't know, like a
all
few
the dead
archetypes
gods
just
but
couldn't
red?
Exist in base Deepwoken without like obviously like maybe people who gank or even people who just like hop and chime, for example, just complaining about it. Right.
Yeah.
Next question: what are divergences and what are the ideas behind them? For example, what is their plan scope? How will they be obtained, etc.
Divergences.
What
Okay.
is that guy doing?
Divergences are.
What the hell?
It's kind of like a broad term, but let me start out by saying in Deep, I know there's probably some people watching that played Rogue Lineage and
Me!
Homeless, Vampire, unlockable races like Construct, Cameo.
Yup.
You know, these were
Azel,
things that really
Metascrum.
fundamentally changed your gameplay. Like, and they were like cool parts of the world. It's like, oh, you pick up a Bloodthorn, you become a vampire, you can infect people and turn them into vampires. You know, it's like you can't go in the sun. I think that's something Deep has like missed out on. We don't have anything like vampirism, for example, or I mean, you can't really have tomeless when everybody's essentially tomeless, but just like these core abilities or like race changes that like really change your progression. But divergences also encompasses like, you know, like racial progression. We don't have any like interesting like evolutions to races. I think I wish we could show it, but there was like a mock-up idea of like the Vesperian progression that Natoons drew up with like mandibles under the mask. It looks super cool.
I mean, I can.
Please show us, please!
Yeah. Let me pull it up and send it to you.
Wait, he actually might show us.
Because I thought this was like
Oh wait, whoa, shit, wait.
super cool
Wait,
concept.
please show us, please show us, please show us.
Agamatsu.
Wait, search
Please,
it up.
BW
Agamatsu, please, Agamatsu, please.
Agamatsu, BW mans. Please, BW mans, bro.
I think he's doing it. I think he's searching it up. I can hear his keyboard.
Show it, bro. Show it.
You drew this
It's gonna be like Morvid progression, like it is in Rogue Lineage, but for Vesperian.
And this is like a
Show us.
draft mock-up.
Agamatsu
I
pump,
thought
bro.
was,
Pull
like,
it up. Pull
super
it up.
Cool, like a great idea. And obviously, like, you know, players would have the option if they wanted to have that cosmetic or not.
My
but
stupid Chungus life, bro.
Oh,
I think it'd be super sick to like, you know,
that
feel like
that's actually
kind
tough
of
as
ascend
hell,
your,
bro.
characters, aspects, and stuff.
It's like the opposite of Morvid, bro. You like grow a beak. That's cool as shit.
that's cool as fuck.
Evolutions of this sort of type, and I think
Yeah.
honestly, I think like just like the look of your character having like an upgrade is tough in my opinion.
Yeah, I agree.
Race progression.
It makes it
Oh my
kinda,
God.
like differentiates them from like fresh
Race
races.
progressions and
Like, it's
obtainable
like,
races are
they're
actually about to be cool as fuck.
more
They're gonna be
seasoned.
so fun, bro. Until you realize that
I think the only thing we have
they're
right
gonna
now
be
that,
probably
like,
the only
dedicates to
races
somebody's,
worth
like,
using.
you know,
Dead ass.
high level players, either they have like an oath visual, right? A bell.
Nah, the thing is they gotta make it come with a downside. Like for Azul, you have gate which gates you around the map, but if you fucking you spawn with 2 lives. So like maybe like if they make like a really good broken rice, like maybe it'll have like a crazy downside.
Yeah,
because
I
I feel
think-
like people get really attached to
I like how some of
whatever
the
race they
authority
like to
talents had
play.
downsides to them.
Usually,
Yeah.
in deep, it's mostly
I think
for
that's a
the
good
visual
way to go
aspect,
about it.
so
I
we can
downsides
just
for going so
improve on
strong.
that too.
Like the guard break
I think that's
talent,
awesome.
you get double
I mean,
guard
there
break
could
time
even
if
be
you,
like better
but you
racial
can double guard break
abilities
other
for
people.
like
Yeah.
each evolution.
So, I think stuff like that's good.
I'd be curious what the community thinks on that, but
Bro, people in
I
chat
don't
are
know. I
just
think it could be
hating,
really
saying
cool.
it's
It
ugly.
could
There's
also
no
help
reason.
differentiate
Yeah,
builds
right?
a little even more. And that's also, you know, the thing with divergences, like I was saying with Vampire, it's like things like that, or some kind of equivalent in Deep, or like Deep's own idea, I think would be really nice. And I think it would add a lot to the world. It would feel like, you know, there's these like unique abilities or like forms you can take in the world because of like the setting we're in.
Right.
I think that would go a long way.
Or like it's like also like kind of tapped in with like the lore, for example. Like I think it'd be really
Yeah,
cool for, like Curseds to kind of have like their.
I wonder if he'll ask you
evolution
mine or your
tapped
question,
into
bro.
it,
It should be
that.
cool as fuck.
Yeah.
Isles, for example, right? Like
I wonder if they're gonna do
that's
every
all
question
involved.
Yeah,
submitted.
Like,
Probably
exactly.
not.
More stuff into like that.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Who
And
the
it
fuck
gives
just
us
said water achievement win?
opportunities to like add places.
I don't think
that,
they can
like,
ever
make
add
sense
one
for
because
those
like in the
individual
lore,
aspects.
no one can control the water.
Speaking of adding
It's like a living
places,
thing.
Deepwoken players not knowing the lore.
This is this actually? Oh, it's the next question. Perfect.
Nice. Yeah. Big
The
one.
central
Oh shit,
luminant.
Central Luminant
So,
time.
I am happy to say
Oh.
I did think
Oh.
of a way that we can do central luminant, and I
Oh my
God.
would really like to do it. However, it's not in the current like.
Yeah.
I would say current game plan. The major focus right now for me and the whole team is like that roadmap, because like these are ideas we're really excited about.
Okay, that's
We
fine.
know
That's
we
fine.
can,
At least I have an idea
get
for
these
it.
done. We kind
Yeah.
of have them. I wouldn't say like fully set in stone. There's still like ideas to play around with on some of them and like improve on, but with the progress we're making on these ideas, I do see it being possible for us to do the central luminant.
Yeah, I think
Because
for a while.
honestly,
There you go.
honestly, I'm just really excited by like expanding the world, and I think adding a central luminant would go a long way in expanding the world and making it a lot more interesting. Because like the only problem with the Eastern Luminant, the Etrian Luminant, and like the Eastern conflict in general, right, is we hear about all these like cool places like the Citadel at Markor, which is like, you know, the divers like university and also like base of operations, like their headquarters. It's like we hear about this place and it's like I'm sure people want to see it or go there. I mean, like hell, like that's been one of the places I've wanted to get in the game most since it was like a base plate. So, and that place is in the Central Authority, so that would be that'd be a dream come true to me.
I think it's also just been like the biggest ask of like most of the community since like the game's release, like a new Luminant. So
Yeah.
yeah.
Yeah, I definitely see it being a possibility. However, I just want to say for now, the main focus is on that Burst 3 roadmap.
I guess on to the next question was also a big one. It's the team's vision for Layer 3. Would it be open world or would it be like a dungeon like Layer 2?
So, I don't want to spoil too much, like in terms of like all the design ideas we have for it, but its layout. The layout was actually the reason Layer 3 was even like quote unquote approved, right? Is because we were like, oh wait, here's an idea that actually works. So when it's just one big open world like Skyphosia or Layer 1, I don't know, it lends itself to feeling pretty empty, I feel like. However, the exploration aspect is there, right? It's like I can go around this whole open world and explore. And it's when it's more instance, like layer 2, it can kind of feel like you're not interacting with anybody. It feels empty in a different way, where it's like, instead of the map is too big and you don't run into anyone, it's like, oh, I'm only here with the people I brought. And I can't run into anybody, which is its own problem. I need water.
You good?
Talking too fast.
I was gonna just to continue real quick. Also, like, bro, layer 2. After you just do like a few runs of layer 2, it's like it's also kind of like the same thing every time, right?
Mm-hmm.
I think a lot of people got
100%.
Even though it's like a brand new expansion. Let's be real, chat. Most of us got pretty bored after layer 2 dropped in like 2,
What
3
the
weeks.
fuck are they doing?
What are they doing,
You
bro?
watched like 2 videos on it.
Hey, they summoning John Gods, bro.
Mm-hmm.
Dead ass.
Definitely. So,
Oh shit, Melonbeard's there.
I think with layer 3,
Who's that?
kind
He's
of
he's a contributor.
is sort of imagine.
Damn, he look tough.
I feel like I need to like have a visual like to show the chat, but imagine you have these kind of overworld, or not overworld, these open server kind of areas like Celtor and, you know, layer 1, but you travel to them through instance zones. So if you had, I'm about to like draw a little like
Paint.net? Yeah, I'm down.
yeah, I'm about to open
Okay,
that
they're gonna go on Paint.net and show us what they mean.
So it's like starting zone.
Fuck, I gotta take a piss.
Coral Fiends.
Alright.
Yeah, this will work. So we'll do like Coral Fiends Garden up here. Then we'll do like the City of Flames. And then we'll do the layer 3 entrance. So we'll have these as like the 3 major like kind of Celtor layer 1 related zones, but then spaced out in between them will be like these individual like randomized like paths sort of. So you'd be traveling through layer 3 in like these different zones. Actually, I'm not going to do circles, I'm going to do squares because it's going to make it actually easier to like visualize.
Right, and an important thing to know about like these kind of like cities.
I'm back. Did they show it?
Open world areas.
Not yet, they didn't show it yet, but they've been talking about it. They're gonna show it soon though.
They know Lord, yo, I had to take the meanest piss of my life.
Once you're like in those like kind of randomized areas, traveling in between, like you're on your own with your squad. Like you definitely gotta be keep your head up. You know what I mean?
Yeah. Definitely want an element of danger in layer 3 that I don't think really exists in layer 2. Dude, I am not gonna do it justice with this. Not in the slightest.
Yo, Rag seems like a chill ass dad,
But
bro.
this will work.
Like I can imagine this dude being like a chill ass dad.
True. But if layer 3 goes through open world and
Almost
instant
done,
servers,
one
like you
second.
go through both, that's gonna be really cool, I think.
Yeah.
Bro, people in chat are complaining about content. Why are we complaining?
Did we not just get the authority origin, bro? Did I miss something, bro? Like, what are we talking about? Tell them to bring out the paint.net.
Okay, here, I'll send you this picture. Maybe you look at it before you even show the stream and just see if it even makes sense.
Sure.
But the idea would be like, you know, you travel out from these like individual locations.
Why the
into
fuck
these,
is that
like,
everyone?
smaller instance locations, and they could be like, they're meant to kind of
Whoa.
like be like travel between the big zones. But
Oh,
the
this
small
does
ones are
make sense. This
instanced,
makes it.
and
This
you
makes
can
sense.
end up going the wrong way. You
The
could
Falling
accidentally
Steps,
loop
City
back
of
to the
Flames,
entrance
Corfield's
if you know where you're
Garden.
going.
Wait, do you think we're gonna fight
But every
Corfield's?
time one of these squares is next to each other, it's like that would be. You could exit that side and you'll go into that next zone. So that's kind of how it all plays together. Or that's the
Wait,
idea.
this is fire. Cause like, look,
So, like,
bro,
that's
you
That's kind
could
of the
go.
layout we'd wanna
You
go
could
for.
go through
Yeah,
this
for each,
entrance,
like,
but then go
individual
through
square,
here.
there would be like
There'd be like
different
multiple
and then,
entrances
like,
to get to
different
places, bro.
that like kind of separate to like, you know, like the next square forward, right?
That would be
But-
so
Yeah.
fire, bro. What the hell?
And there would also be like, you know, like they said, the randomized bits. So maybe we can even have like
Who the fuck server
like
deafing
some
me, yo?
randomized exits, for example, like a randomized exit that can spawn it like,
Trying to get banned?
straight to a city, but it's like rare, for example, right?
Yeah, 100%. Yeah, just
Bro,
like
but nah, this is
events
dead-ass
like
fire.
that and things that can
I was
happen.
like, why can't I hear
like, while
anyone?
you're in the zones.
This is tough,
I
this
think
is
would be a huge part of it. But I think this would like make the layout a lot more interesting because it's like you actually get the sense of exploration. It's like, I mean, maybe the first few times you go through, you like don't even make it very far, and you just have to like go back. But then you randomly happen like upon like, and even though the individual zones are like randomized, the path would be the same, at least on how to get to these big spots. So like players who like learned and, you know, mastered layer 3, you know, they're still rewarded because they have the map in their heads of like how to get places. So I just think this will go a long way towards actually feeling like you're going on an expedition into layer 3, you know, and you're like trying to find these lost places.
Yeah, hopefully we'll keep it fresh as well. And I think for a while, a lot of people have been asking for like some sort of randomization in, you know, like layer 2, for example. And I also think a lot of people wanted open world, but I think it's a great way to kind of combine both of them. You know what I mean?
Yeah, definitely.
A little off topic here, Rag, but I saw a question here. People want to hear about wiping in layer 3. Should we explain that or keep it a secret?
I think we keep it a secret for now.
No!
Oh,
Tell us!
Secret,
Stop gatekeeping!
My
Let's see
God.
where we at. Can we expect a greater focus on
Pussies.
fleshing out the game's lore and progressing its narrative going forward?
Okay, so that's two questions, or it has two separate answers at least. In terms of fleshing out the lore, I'd say that's an extremely important factor in terms of like the core game design philosophy right now, which is making things feel more immersive. So the more the lore feels attached to the world and players are interacting with it, it's going to add to that immersion. So you're going to see a lot more interest in like, or not a lot more interest, you're going to see a lot more care go into like NPCs that get written, any books we add, you know, or even in the environmental designs, like trying to like make the world like visually make sense due to like how certain factions have like interacted with it, just like visual storytelling in that way. And as for like progressing the narrative, that kind of ties into the central luminant idea. If I feel like if we're going to let players go to the central luminant, we have to progress the, you know, the Eastern conflict, what's going on with the Authority and Etria right now. So yes, I do want to see the story of the world progress. We just have to start like implementing ways of like that players can impact how the world is going to change. Like I believe Ark said at one point, like having players be in certain factions and like having like however much they do like impact what we're gonna do like update wise for like how we want to progress the world. I think that could be really cool, and also it would make players feel like they're part of something, where they're kind of making like, in a way, they're making the design decision by like saying which faction they want to back in these like conflicts or these different like lore events. So I do see the conflict.
Why
or,
is
like,
Chaser
the-
just chilling there?
Yeah, the world conflict's progressing.
He took a
Talk
break from
about
there
Chaser.
too, bro.
This, the next question: what is the ship modules update going to be? Will it fundamentally change or improve selling Deepwoken?
I wish Eric was here for that one because that's gonna be his
That's
baby.
stuff, yeah.
But I will say that sailing, unfortunately, has definitely been a pain point with the game, and it's a major point to me that it gets improved because the game's on the ocean, like that's a big part of the game, so the sailing does need to be engaging. Like, I don't have a ton to say on it right now in terms of like exactly what is going to be done, but just to know that it is like at least a focus for me. Like, I want sailing to be really good in this game.
Oh shit.
Just right now, it's about finding like the correct ways to make it work, and make it more fun for the community to engage with.
I actually think that also ties kind of into the next question here, talking about we've talked or teased about a Void Sea exploration and Void Tower updates. Are they still planned?
In terms of a immediate scope, they are not in the. What is it? They are not in the roadmap, so they are not in like immediate like
hell?
vision. However, I would say after the roadmap, Void Sea and Central Luminant are the like main focuses, whereas the Void Tower, I'm not as certain on.
I think Void Sea would be a great way to kind of have a tie into the ship module, because
Yeah, 100%. And also, it's like Void Sea is going to be expanding the world, the lore more.
What
like,
did I come back to? I had to talk
it's
to
a
my
more
mom.
immersive
Look at them
update,
playing
in
with a
my
pink
opinion.
Playing with a
Whereas,
gumball,
like,
bro.
Void Tower, I mean, from the initial write-up of it, it seems kind of like Ceramide, and we already want to improve Ceramide, you know what I mean? So I feel like there's like some overlap there. Maybe in the far future, Void Tower. Like when we get to a point where it's like we're happy with everything we already have, and we have everything to the degree we want. But right now, I would say Void Tower is not in the cards.
yeah, we got a lot on the plate already.
Void Sea, however, is definitely something I want to dig into at some point.
And final question here: does the team have any plans for the game after Verse 3 yet?
Final question.
After Verse 3, I mean, there's no roadmap yet. I mean, because we're still working on our current one. But I imagine the next roadmap that comes out after the current one would include
Okay, Verse
Central
4.
Luminant
Verse
on
4
it.
gets
So
Central
I would
Luminant.
say post Verse 3, Central
Oh my
Luminant
God.
is going to be more of the grand focus.
That.
Just like that green
Central
card, like
Luminant.
Verse 4, to be honest.
Yeah, just like yeah, I guess I can kind of elaborate on that. Like last time Verse 2 came out, it was called Verse 2 after like all these big updates got dropped all at once. So obviously we still want to have these larger updates that like players get excited for, but spending 8 months where we can barely push any code correctly, like we did for Verse 2, where it's like, oh well, we can't really put out any content because we're focused on like this one big thing and we can't talk about it because we want it to be secret. I thought it might be a lot smarter to like do Verse 3 kind of as like an ongoing change to the game. So it's like, it's kind of the same scope as Verse 2, but it's like we're delivering it like chunks at a time instead of all at once. And by extension, that means like the updates we can kind of package together and like have be like fun set experiences on their own, like the Authority Origin. Like we can get those out to players immediately. or as soon as possible.
I also think it's nice because, like, when people hear about, like, verse 2, right? People remember,
What
like,
the hell was that?
Verse 1 and verse 2, a lot of people dooming.
What are they
Uh,
doing in the
Dude,
background?
it was really doomer because, I mean, I don't blame them either because it was like radio silence, like, oh, it's being worked on, and it's like,
Yeah, like, the trailer dropped, like, 6 months before the actual thing, too.
oh man,
Yeah.
really 6 months?
Yeah.
I
Same
didn't
with
even
the
realize
direct.
it was
Like,
that
the
long.
combat direct and the trailer was, like, 6 months before. It was, like, nothing
That-
else really said.
Damn. Yeah. Yeah, and that I guess the way we're doing verse 3 now kind of plays into how we want to communicate better with the community and stuff. Just let them know what we're doing, because I think at the end of the day, that's kind of what players have really just been asking for. It's like, just let us know what you're working on. That way that way, like, they have a reason to, like...
This background is
What
more
the
interesting what they're
hell?
talking about,
receiving
bro.
these updates.
I think from there, there's, like, other smaller questions here that were noted. Or also, like, dev-focused questions.
Oh, yeah.
Well, let's see. You got that list of, like, the smaller ones, right?
Oh, yeah, I do. I got it. Yeah, I got the list, but we can keep with the format. You can just ask me them, I guess.
Would the team ever consider doing
Fuck
large
is that
updates
thing
every
over
2
there,
weeks or
bro?
once a month instead of updating the game through weeklies? Why were weeklies chosen as the core update cycle?
So I think players have already kind of seen with the way we're approaching verse 3 is that we kind of are moving to, like, I wouldn't call it monthly. It is like, it's not on a set schedule where it's like, oh, every month there's going to be this big update, but it is kind of this thing where it's like, oh, okay, this thing on the roadmap is up next, and we can kind of assume that's going to come within a decently quick, like a 1 to 2 month time frame, so they can, like, expect that to follow up. That doesn't mean we'll do away with weeklies on, like, a bug fix or patch basis. There will still be weeklies where there is content in them, like the last one with Natoons' weapon. There'll still be elements of that where it's like every week you'll see a patch come out where it's like bug fixes, maybe some small content here and there, like, things people have worked on in the meantime. But they will be kind of working towards these, like, more planned out larger updates, like Authority Origin, or with this month it's going to be Hollow Tide and Iron Vow.
Yeah, I also think it's just generally nice, like, I mean, I think it's also, like, kind of what people generally wanted, like, less focus on the weeklies, more on, like, the big updates. And I think, being honest, like, the weeklies we had, especially, like, maybe even a few months before, it's like, it was taking away time from just focus on, like, actual big updates that, as you can see, got a lot of people back into the game. I think that's pretty nice to see.
Yeah.
So,
honestly, I was I guess decently surprised that people liked the Authority Origin so much. I mean, when we were making it, I was super excited about it.
Yeah.
Like, and I still think it's super cool. It's just, I was also, I don't know, it was really cool to see, like, the community get behind it and really enjoy it as well. Like, it was a lot of great feedback.
let's see here. Next question. Are there any plans to revolt areas of the game, such as Most Recent Layer 1?
Are there any plans to rework old areas? Oh, okay. So, like, kind of like how we did with Merit in a way, like,
Or I guess Arisia
adding new
as
life
well.
there.
Arisia also got some nice touch-ups.
Yeah. I would say it's on I won't call it as needed, but, like, when we have an idea like Authority Origin, for example, where it's like we really want to flesh out this faction and we want to make it, like, super cool, I think that's when we make the decision. It's like, well, if we want to make, like, the Authority Origin feel really cool, like, I remember when we were first talking about it, we were like, there needs to be like a town attached to Merit that, you know, like the soldiers can go hang out in, because that kind of like makes sense. It's like a military town where the soldiers on their off time get to go down and like relax and go to the tavern and things like that. So I would say area reworks are like an update by update basis, and we kind of like go in and design it and decide like, oh, this area really needs a touch up because it like fits the vision. But I wouldn't say we're going to just like rework every old area just because it's older.
Yeah, I think we can just kind of decide, like, oh, like this area hasn't really been touched up a lot. Like, I think a good example probably is like, you know, we end up doing like well, probably we'll get to it, but like a summer origin, right? Like summer's been kind of, it's been like the same thing for like years. Probably would get like a nice touch up when we come to that. So
Summer Isle origin.
Yeah, I would say that if we if the origin's related to a faction, odds are that the faction's base will be improved in some way or like expanded on.
All right, next question here. How does the team feel about the current state of the game's PvP and PvE balance?
It's an ongoing process, really. It's just like trying to take with PvP balance. It's an interesting design problem because you kind of try and design these weapons like for. If you design them for PvP first, I definitely think it shows in like how the weapon works, like what critical it has, or like anything like that. Like you can definitely tell it's like, oh, this is meant to be a PvP weapon, versus like something that might be intended to be a PvE weapon and like it's either broken in PvP, like super strong, or it doesn't like work well at all in PvP. So it's kind of a hard it's a hard balance to strike as developers as well. So we just try and like take the player feedback as we can and implement it there.
I think
I would say a big problem with balance throughout Deep's life cycle has been that there's not a lot of meaningful trade-offs on certain things. So like let's say like a clips kick, for example. It's this unblockable, high damage, high wind-up move, right? And like that's, in my mind, that's what a good trade-off would be. Maybe not a clips kick per se, but it's like, okay, this move has clear upsides, clear downsides, and that's what allows it to do so much damage. Or in the case of like the opposite, maybe a very fast move that does no damage, but it interrupts people. I'm sure like players could see the utility in that, where it's like, oh, this move doesn't do damage, but I can use it to like steal my turn back when I normally wouldn't like have my turn. I think just like designing more in that domain will help with the balance, where it's like these moves or these weapons, you know, any like piece of content we add has clear upsides and downsides. I think that'll lend itself to being more balanced than, oh, this move comes out on a 0.4 windup and it does X amount of damage because it has to, or it does a different flavor of damage. I would just like going forward for us to like design with like clear use cases for moves or weapons in mind, and like balance the strengths and weaknesses of that specific piece of content around those guidelines.
Yeah, I definitely think it will be sometimes a bit challenging though. I do think that there's like so many different weapons and mantras that like pretty much most bases have been covered, right? So to try and like come up with like something like completely different will almost always result in like probably there being like some busted combination, or like things you have to like kind of patch it over time, which I do think is like, for example, right, like when we got like a new bell, right, way back then, right, people were doing like shadow vortex and gravity fit, right, and like that was something that like was like leading into like one shot combos, which is something we had to like basically patch out. So I do think it's sometimes troublesome to really, you know, because you want players to be able to have those like unique interactions, right? But I think a lot of times they catch on, become like super meta, or like you'll see like a TikTok clip of it, and like people are like, dude, what happened to this game? Like this game's so unbalanced.
Well, yeah,
right?
but you see, that kind of plays into what we were talking about earlier when I was talking about like the Iron Vow stuff.
Right.
Is that the base game of Deep kind of allows you to entirely negate downsides, right? Like, a move could be designed in a vacuum to be balanced, but what was the shadow move that, like, basically you had to get out of the circle? I forgot the name.
Shadow Vortex?
Shadow Vortex, yeah. So Shadow Vortex, you know, like, in a vacuum is a fine idea. Like, it's like, oh, okay, it's like, this move is extremely powerful, but it has such a long windup, you just need to respect the zone and get out. But then players find ways to make sure you don't leave or move, and it kind of offsets that downside entirely. Like, the moves are designed individually with balance, but they don't always they can become unbalanced when combined with other factors, which is I mean, design wise is pretty difficult to balance, but we try our best, and we'll continue trying based on player feedback.
Next question. Are the War Master and Chef Oaths still planned to be added to the game?
War Master and Chef Oaths. I don't know about Chef, but War Master is planned. I think especially with the Authority Origin coming out, it's more imperative now that it gets added at some point in the future. Because, like, you know, a War Master NPC is, like, actively in the game, and I think it'd be really cool for, like, players to, like, get to know more about Jericho in that way, and just, like, the War Master Oath in general.
Yeah,
that kind of leans more towards immersive gameplay to me.
For Chef Oath, that's something I'll be doing. Like, I'm already working on it right now, like, as we speak.
Oh, okay.
So don't worry about it, chat. I know, like, you're like, no, I'm working. Like, I was actually looking for a few different ideas, and I think I
Chef
got it
Oath's,
down for what I
like,
want to do.
Akamat's is working on it. He says it's almost done, bro.
Yeah, but if you guys have any suggestions,
I'm not
for,
making
like,
a Chef
anything you
Oath
wanna
build.
see,
That shit sounds
I'm willing.
trash. I'm not gonna lie.
We
to you.
are all making Chef Oath builds, bro. Don't even trip.
For Chef Oath. Anywho, are we gonna see any new world events added to the game?
I feel like Arc would be the best task on that one, but in terms of, like, my current like design vision, it's really focused on that roadmap, like laser focus on everything on that roadmap.
Yeah, I know it was promised like we'd get more at some point, but I think if anything, there's like two things that could probably not take that much time to do. There's like one that's, I think there was like a PvP one. Do you remember that, Rad? It was like I think the volcanoes and shit that popped up.
Oh, I think I read that right up, yeah.
Yeah, and then there's also like Etris Raid, which I also think probably could be put on the list, since like we want to probably give away for the Authority to win, right?
Yeah, exactly.
And so I think those two are like, you know, potential ones that like fleshed out a little bit, maybe add like 1 or 2 bits of content too, to like really make it stand out as a world event. And I think we'd be good from there.
Yeah, that'd actually be really cool as like a unique Authority world event where like they get told it's, oh, an Etris raid is going on, and then they can like get sent to it.
Like join.
Yeah.
Then like maybe like in the future, if like we had like Etrian, like you can kind of like side with Etrian, and like there's a reason for like both sides like fight.
Yeah, 100%. Yeah, like a Vigil origin or something like that. I mean, I'd like to see that at some point as well. I think it's kind of funny. It's when we think about all these origins and factions you can join. I don't know. Maybe some people do think about it, but I know that I wasn't initially thinking about Etria and Etris, and I was like, wait, like, it makes complete sense to like have an origin based on like the Vigil at the very least. Maybe not Etria, because that's kind of currently under the Lord Regent's thumb. But I mean, if anything, that would be more of a Ministry origin. Which I'm not sure on how I feel about a Ministry origin completely yet, just because they are kind of like our, I would say, are more like obvious villains in the Deepwoken universe, whereas like the Authority is like, they're kind of villains depending on which side you're on, but the Ministry is kind of everybody's enemy. But I think players might be excited to like join their ranks and like figure out more about them, because realistically, that would be one of the only ways to like learn about them because they're so secretive.
I think it'd be cool for maybe like if we end up doing that, like stuff in the depths. I know some people have been like asking about like more things as well to do in the depths. So
Oh yeah. I would definitely like to see the depths more fleshed out. In the original vision of the game, it was kind of meant to be this thing where if you got sent from the overworld to the depths, you would go to the depths and come back stronger if you escaped.
Oh no.
And that was always kind of like
What?
the plan with that.
Lionel
It didn't
might.
really kind of translate
True.
into the final product of the game, but I would
Shit,
still
bro.
like to see
They need to
it
answer
be
some more interesting questions. I can't lie.
a part
Yeah.
of the game. It's still like in my mind is like the original vision and something I would like to see actually worked in.
I guess we got the next question here. Will we see any new mounts in the game? Ooh, mounts.
Well, Limebeard's here, so
Lime? Hey, feel free to talk.
Yes, sir. I'd love some new mounts.
Alright, you have the
Maybe
answer
that-
there?
Or maybe like a 40 mount.
I do think expanding on that just a little bit, for like the idea of like central, I think it was like brought up like mounts could be like the method for like transportation, which would be kind of cool. We'll
Bro,
see.
there's this guy in chat. There's this
Somebody
guy in
said
chat that's
lion
been
fish
shitting
mount
on Deepwoken and saying
in chat.
to go back on Rogue Lineage, bro.
You guys think of
He's
that?
telling Ark to just fucking, I mean not
That's
Ark,
right.
Raguzer just quit the game, go back to Rogue Lineage, bro. It's so funny. He's dead ass raging in chat about this shit.
All talk, no bite.
Multiple mob reworks
He
have
ain't
been
doing
teased in the
shit.
Past, lionfish, jellyfish, Kaido. Are they still planned, and when can players expect them to drop?
The ones that have been teased, I do expect them to still come out. Though, when can players expect them? Probably, I would say they're going to most likely be lumped in with the like the larger content updates we drop, like Holotide or Iron Vow, Divergences, the ship modules, and then saving some for Layer 3 and things of that nature. Okay. I'm gonna pick one last question. I'm gonna pick the last one.
Agree.
This one's interesting. Are there any plans for an ending for Deepwoken's narrative? Do you ever envision the game having a true final boss? And I would not say a true ending, because the end of Deepwoken is essentially supposed to be the end of the world, so whenever that would occur. But in terms of like the narrative itself, I would see it moving forward in big ways. Like, if we ever add a Lord Regent boss fight, winning that should have a large... It should have a huge impact on the world, and like, either like that would be the setup to send you to Central Luminant or something to that degree, or just like having a huge overarching impact on the like the current Luminants and like the NPCs responding to it, like the world changing based on that. Like, I do want to see quote unquote final endgame bosses as like narrative elements, that really like change the story in the world.
Yeah.
I guess besides that, that was your last question, right?
Yes, sir.
Wait, Rhett, can I expand on that?
Yeah, go ahead.
No, I was saying, like I was talking about this earlier in dev chat, but it would be cool if whenever we expand to do things like that, it would be like a storyline type of thing. Like you beat the Maestro, and then it's like you basically recruit more people to fight like endgame bosses like that, or like some sort of like actual quest line rather than like single bosses. I think that would make it much more fun.
I agree. Yeah, that's a great point.
Or linear in a sense. Thinking.
Yeah.
Also, just be like cinematic, like Maestro like fighting Regen as you're like also fighting.
Yeah, kind of like you need to like recruit these lore characters in the world to like actually stand a chance against other lore characters that you're fighting.
True.
That's cool.
But no, this has been great, man. I'm happy to be back and like talking to the community and just like tell them what we're gonna do.
Alright, chat. Well, that's gonna be pretty much it for today, chat.
Damn.
Kind of covered, I think, a lot of good stuff here.
We'll probably do well, I'll probably hop on stream with you to talk to them again, like either right before or right after Holotide drops.
Oh, you want to do like another direct or like for sure?
It'll probably be like a direct style thing where we like, I kind of would like to like just come in and talk about like a state of the game address essentially every time we do a more major update. That way they can know it's like, okay, this is how this update went, this what went right or wrong, and this is what we're working on next.
I guess if there's anybody else we can chat right now, or like in this VC who wants to like, because like there's like dev focused questions. I don't know if anybody wants to answer any of them.
I'll answer you.
Yep, I'll be fine too.
Yeah, I think you guys have that Google form.
Can you post it?
Nakti sent me like the questions directed towards me.
Maybe Knack is just in.
Oh yeah, I sent everybody questions. I was planning to put up the answers on like a Google Docs thing after the stream. But if you guys want to like knock some of them out in the stream, that's fine too. Like I'll still post them afterwards for people to read. So.
Do you want to go first, Vino?
Sure. Let me see. I'll wait on Agamatsu. You want to find him first, or I'm going to enact his teams?
I can send them all in like. Hold on, let me get the Google Docs because there's a lot of them.
Yeah.
Yeah, give me a sec. Share. Anyone with link and access? There you go. That should be fine. If you want to look in
Be right back.
dev chat, Aga. If you're going to be conducting the order in which people are going to answer.
I mean, we can just do them as we see them, to be honest.
I mean, like getting them from the form itself.
Yeah, I'm just looking at the form answers.
Sure. I kind of tried to condense like all of them, like from what I've seen, the most common ones into sort of one. Most of it should be covered, but you know, there's always stuff that slips through the cracks if you find it interesting.
Let me see.
More scythe weapons. What do you guys think about twin blades? Chat. Mid?
That's crazy.
Mid, bro, mid.
Let's listen to the chat. Come on, chat. Twin blades? What do you think
Dude,
about
if you
twin
could like
blades?
split them together and make like dual weapons, then that'd be fine.
Twin blades are mid. Come on, guys.
All right. Well, I guess I'll start. Let's see. First
Let
question.
me write that down. Twin blades are mid.
That's a problem.
It's terrible, actually.
All right. Damn. Okay. Well, I guess I will start. What are the current plans going forward for the Hive? More Great Hives planned to be added anytime in the near future. Hive origins, life weave, etc. It's quite a lot of. Okay, I'm a huge fan of the Hive and would love to see new content, even if it's simple things like small talents or equipment weapons. There's no denying the Hive is very underdeveloped content-wise in comparison to other factions. Would love to see more. Yeah. So for the first like half of that question, yeah, you will see another Great Hive, probably pretty soon. As for like Hive content, like Origins, Life Weave, like I said, like at the start of the direct, when I was first asked the question, like a lot of the early legwork for that is done. So once the like whole team comes together, we're good for that without too much difficulty. Life Weave. No, you'll be lucky to get like some Hive like oaths for now. For what I have planned for Life Weave, it's just like it's a lot to do on my own. It's I wanna do something that's like a unique gameplay thing. Because a lot of Deepwoken feels like kind of samey. Huge fan of Hive, love seeing you cut. Yeah, that's what's up. Well, I'm glad you are a huge fan of the Hive. Me too. Next question: is Life Weave going to be attunement? If so, will it still come with multiple paths? Yes. Next question: if you know our guild base is constructed with the help of Life Weavers.
Multiple path Life Weave. Okay.
Specific are campfires in the guild base, similar to ones in the Hive. Yeah, those heat stones, they're called heat stones, and yeah, they do come from the Hive, but that's just like basic, like stuff. Just got spread. Next question for you. If you know, can we expect the Hive content, more Hive content after its origin release? I think weapons. Yeah. Of course. I make like one thing like every year. So yeah, I will like do another one. Eventually, like another Hive thing. Eventually. For you, if you know, do you think your experimental work with Pyrokeeper has had a positive or negative impact gameplay-wise, and will you continue making things akin to it? Yeah, you know, I pop in, make some stuff every once in a while. If I think it's fun, I'm gonna add it. If it like is unbalanced, you know, I don't mind nerfing it or changing stuff around. And next question, do you like pizza or burgers? Wait, who? Pizza is what I like the most, but I can't eat pizzas anymore, so burgers. And some stuff like, will I add more like Hive? Wait, oh, do you plan to write more lore or expand on more things you've made?
My loud ass chair, bro.
Well, yeah, I mean, I've been writing lore for the Hive since Arch brought the idea to me before Deepwoken released. I plan on still writing lore whenever. And if you know, if other Luminants release, such as Central or South, what are your plans to differentiate the Great Hives from others design-wise? I plan on like Central Great Hive being like a completely underground root network. That was like one of the like designs I don't mind like speaking on. I think that's the last one.
So you're looking through this dev Q&A thing, huh?
Yeah, we got the questions up there.
Anyone else want to go before I answer some?
I'll go. All right. Will K1 go on another legendary streak of content soon like he did in the past? Thank you, whoever wrote that.
Don't hype him up, please.
Deep, might I add, he said Deep needs him. Thanks. But, that really depends, because, like, it depends on if I'm, like, super motivated at the time. Like, Blood Ren was, like, an idea for Holotide. I just kind of just like started working on it and like just powered through it. Same with like a lot of like the other content that I make, like Maestro, Iron Sing. Iron Sing was kind of like a, I'm not gonna lie, bro. I don't like it that much anymore, but At the time, I thought it was cool, but if I could go back and remake, I would. As for like other contents and weapons, undecided, bro. Next question. Let me see. K1, is there any chance of you making more attunement paths in the future? Yeah, definitely. I heard Blood needs a few. And I think Ironson could probably get a new one and maybe a Shadow one.
Ooh, shit,
But I
Shadow
don't have
Pass?
any concrete ideas for them. And
Ah,
3,
fuck,
will
you
there
don't
be a
got
Duke
ideas.
Horatio skin in ABA? Nah. And 4, not a question, but let K1 know that I really like his work on the game and I would love to see more from him. Thank you, anonymous fan. Number 5, Russ Path for Iron Sing, rework Scrap Singer. Yeah, maybe. But Russ is like that's actually a pretty good one. But we do have some more. Am I even allowed to say this? Nah, there is paths for like. There's plans for like special paths like that in the future. Like Russ, Magma, Sand, stuff like that. Will Silent Cascade ever be renamed to Manigheti? No, I didn't even add that. 7. Are you ever going to drop another Iron Sing weapon?
God,
yeah,
no. Please, no.
actually, in the works.
Oh, fuck.
Number 8. For K1, Melonbeard, Yayafino, or Zartania, do you plan to write some lore of your own, or expand on some things you made with its own lore written by you? No, not really. I leave most of the lore stuff to the lore team. Do a great job. I have ideas like here and there, but I don't really write a lot of the stuff. Just kind of go along with it. And yeah, I'm also. I think that's it. Were there any questions for Sir Hollow?
I don't know if there was. I think we kind of went over what we're gonna do. We just kind of mentioned that we wouldn't be doing something for Sermon on the list.
If you've got like something you want to put out there, I mean, I feel like you're more than free to. Yeah.
Are we allowed to leak any of this stuff or no? Or you want to keep it under wraps?
It's up to you, honestly. I'm not lying.
We'll just keep it under wraps. I'll just say a new boss fight is coming with the dungeon as well.
Anybody else?
She's pretty cool. Arch, do you have anything to say?
I think Art's here.
It's Arch and call.
He's walking around type. Oh, yeah, he's on the VC.
No, he's in game.
Oh, he's in game.
But he's not call. Yeah. He sent me like a bunch of, like, he sent me like pretty elaborate answers to the questions he got.
Oh.
Yeah. But you know, up to him if he wants to hop in.
I guess in the meanwhile, I guess we'll take a look at a few of these questions. Someone asked if I'm gonna do layer 2 or layer 3 bell. Maybe layer 3 bell. Depends on what we do. I do like the idea of getting like exclusive bells. In layer 3 though, that sounds sick. Someone asked me about Gale Odachi. I'm not gonna lie, I am a Gale Hammer fan, but who knows? I am kind of going through making a popular, like super suggested weapons as we speak. So maybe I might do Gale Odachi. I'll think about it. What else? I lost that question.
Hello?
Yo, what's up?
Was that Dex?
What's up, bro?
What's up, Dex?
I can address my questions real quick and bounce real quick. Next, is it just the ones you sent me?
Yeah. If you want, I mean, there's also there's the full doc, but you've got the same questions in your DMs, so.
Okay. So for the first question, am I gonna make another oath like Vision Shaper? No time soon. Mainly because Saintsworn and Vision Shaper still need a lot of polish, and they just never feel done. And then, am I gonna do the Arc Water rework? it's not really a rework. It's kind of just like imagine a path within the oath, but no time soon because other things take priority over that right now. And then Arc Water not having a connection to the Ignition Union and Iron Sing, I think that makes sense if it did. I would probably have to talk to K1 about that to make a connection there because Iron Sing was made after, but now we can kind of tie those in together.
Blood too.
Iron Sing came from the Hive.
And then the Titus boss fight, engaging dungeon, glaze. For future boss fights, I probably wouldn't make the ministry one for whoever asks that. But I do plan on making another boss fight, so I will get to that. Just like no, in the same realm of no time soon. And then the best question: am I going to release the domain bell? Yes, I'm still stuck on the same thing and have been for the almost past year. So that sums up my questions, and that's it.
Very cool. Thank you.
W-Dex.
WDex. Man's been busy. Does anybody else want to like go through theirs, or are you just going to like?
No, it is my turn.
Okay,
Oh, Corey.
Corey!
Go ahead, my
Wait, I'm hyped.
Bro, there was only one person who managed to write a question to me, and they misspelled my name. I'm not able to even write it.
To be fair, they mentioned like multiple developers, and they purposefully misspelled like every name in that as like a joke. So it was hard to find.
You know, someone asked me what was my favorite thing to work on in the game, and like me personally, no, I don't really work on content. My line of work is backend and bug fixes, which I know this sounds bad because, oh boy, a lot of them do come through the cracks, don't they? I just haven't been inactive recently. But no, answer to that question. Well, content work isn't my specialty. My favorite thing to have worked on thus far was throwing together Enmity's combat logic. For those who don't know, I worked on Enmity, or rather implemented his attack logic. The attacks themselves and all the animations and assets, they were mostly done and made by my other talented colleagues.
I
threw together his.
I'm on low-key in the stream, nobody watching. I hope whoever sees this, y'all enjoy, man. Make sure to like, subscribe. See y'all later. Bye.